The biggest shows on Netflix, the ones that create global conversation, all started in the same place, and it's not a Hollywood writer's room. The zombies, the high school dramas, the monsters from hell, they all originated from a single massive content factory that most of the world has never even heard of. Most people call this factory Naver Webtoon, but I see it as something far more ambitious, an IP or intellectual property empire, engineered to become a 21st century Disney. Today, on the Playbook, we're going to deconstruct the 4 plays Naver used to disrupt a century-old industry and become the go-to source for the biggest streaming service in the world. Play 1. The product innovation, creating a market from scratch. In the early 2000s, reading comics on a smartphone was a terrible experience. You had to constantly pinch, zoom, and pan across a static page. The experience was broken because the format was still trapped in the age of paper. Then, Naver introduced a simple yet game-changing idea: the infinite vertical scroll. Instead of turning pages, you just slide your thumb. This simple change was a revelation. It was a new storytelling language built for the mobile age. For creators, the screen became an infinite canvas, allowing them to control pacing and create cinematic tension. For readers, it was an effortless, immersive experience they could enjoy with one hand on the subway. But Naver's true innovation wasn't just the format, it was their DNA. Their core philosophy was readers over revenue. For over a decade, they offered most webtoons for free, believing that building a massive, engaged audience was the most valuable asset. This reader-first DNA would become the foundation for everything that followed. Play 2. The growth engine, the unstoppable IP pipeline. A great format is useless without great stories. So how did Naver create a well of content that never runs dry? They didn't hire writers, they built an ecosystem where anyone could become one. It's a system called the Challenge League, or Canvas in the US. It's an open stage where any amateur creator can upload their work and be judged by millions of readers. Think of it as American Idol for comic artists, where the audience's attention decides who gets a record deal.
And she loves him very much because animals are better than people.
This system became Naver's massive, low-cost R&D lab, and they gave these creators a powerful incentive to join, a clear path to getting paid. Just like YouTube shares ad revenue with its creators, Naver's profit share program shares revenue from ads, paid content, and future IP deals. This turned a hobby into a viable career. The numbers are insane. The program's value grew by 87 times in 10 years, reaching over $1.8 billion. This created a powerful flywheel. More creators are drawn by the opportunity. This creates a massive library of diverse content. More readers are attracted by the endless free stories, and that massive audience creates more revenue, which attracts even more creators. An unstoppable IP pipeline was born. Play 3. The business model. The IP factory goes vertical. But Naver's true ambition was never to just be a comics platform. They saw webtoons not as the final product, but as the source IP for everything else. Their playbook was one source, multi-use, a strategy best compared to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sweet Home.
괴물인 게 잘못이야?
All of Us Are Dead. Hellbound.
환영합니다.
Marry My
네가
Husband.
한 일, 네가 수습해.
All these global hits started in Naver's giant treasure chest of stories. Streaming giants like Netflix are in a constant war for proven content, and Naver Webtoon was the perfect partner, offering an endless supply of stories already validated by millions of loyal readers. But Naver didn't stop at just selling the rights. In 2018, they launched their own production subsidiary, Studio N. Its sole mission is to co-produce film and TV adaptations of their webtoons. Then they went even further and acquired a stake in Namu Actors, a major Korean talent agency, to gain influence over casting. This is the classic Disney playbook. They don't just own the comic books, they own Marvel Studios that makes the movies, and they own Disney Plus that distributes them. Naver was vertically integrating to control the entire IP value chain, from the creator's idea all the way to the final on-screen product. Play 4. The globalization strategy, the road to NASDAQ. Naver's endgame was always the global market, and to achieve it, they underwent a complete transformation. Their 2 most important markets were Japan and the US. In Japan, the home of manga, they overhauled their Line Manga app. After a 4-year battle, they defeated their main rival to become the dominant #1 player with over 50% market share. For the US market, they made an even bolder move. In 2020, they relocated their headquarters from Korea to the US, rebranding as Webtoon Entertainment. They wanted to be a global company, headquartered in America. Then, in 2021, came the masterstroke, the $600 million acquisition of Wattpad. Wattpad is the world's largest web novel platform, a massive library of over 1 billion text-based stories. This wasn't just about buying users, it was about buying a crystal ball. By analyzing Wattpad's data, Naver could predict the next big hit before it was even drawn as a webtoon. But the Western market was still a challenge. To solve this, Naver deployed a terraforming strategy. They partnered with giants like Disney and DC Comics to bring world-famous IP like Marvel, Star Wars, and Batman onto the webtoon platform. It was a brilliant move to educate the market and draw in mainstream Western readers. All of these plays were leading to one ultimate goal, a NASDAQ IPO. In June 2024, Webtoon Entertainment officially went public, cementing its status as a global IP powerhouse. Finally, to future-proof this empire, they are aggressively investing in AI. They use it to recommend stories to readers and are developing auto-drawing tools to help creators produce content faster. It's the final piece of the puzzle, using technology to maximize the efficiency of their IP factory. So, Naver Webtoon's success was not an accident. It was a playbook. Play 1. They created a new market with a reader-first product. Play 2. They built an endless IP pipeline with a creator-centric ecosystem. Play 3. They took control of the entire value chain through vertical integration. Play 4. And finally, they transformed themselves into a true global company with bold acquisitions and a NASDAQ listing. This isn't the story of a comic book company. It's the story of a 21st century media empire that used technology to disrupt an old industry, grew by empowering creators, and built a content kingdom that now fuels the entire world's streaming habit. Thanks for watching The Playbook. If you want to learn more about the winning strategies behind the world's biggest successes, make sure to subscribe.